To me, this is like the big money's going to read this. BlackRock's the biggest asset allocator in the world, and they're going to follow Larry Fink's advice, and they're going to buy 2%. 2% of 200 trillion is $4 trillion. We're not going to get there overnight, but I tell you, we are going to have hundreds of billions of dollars potentially next year, potentially in 2025. That's going to move the market up quite a bit. $200 billion should move the market up to 300,000, 400,000. Sky's the limit, really. But you have to look at it over a decade. This is going to be an amazing decade to own Bitcoin.
Bitcoin could skyrocket to $300,000, $400,000 over the next decade as BlackRock and other major institutions channel substantial investments into the crypto market. This projection comes from Wall Street veteran and mathematician Fred Krueger. With Bitcoin's market cap nearing $2 trillion, it's increasingly seen as the next major asset class, standing alongside tech giants like Apple and Microsoft. BlackRock, a global financial powerhouse, highlights Bitcoin's unique qualities, including borderless transactions, universal usability, and resistance to government interference. Krueger likens Bitcoin's potential growth trajectory to past success stories like Nvidia and Tesla, which surged 40x and 60x, respectively, marking Bitcoin as a transformative investment opportunity.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
There are three adoptions drivers they see. First is that it allows you to transmit money across borders. They're not concerned about intercompany payments. They're just thinking across borders. The second is anybody can participate in it. And the third is it's decentralized, and they're focusing on just the ability, no ability from governments, and specifically to increase supply. That's the way BlackRock thinks of this asset. I can think of 10 other reasons why you should buy Bitcoin. The fact that your ex-wife can't grab it from you, the fact that the government can't grab it from you, the fact that you can potentially move with your Bitcoin really easily, lots of other reasons. But these are good. And then they make the point that Bitcoin's like the Mag 7. Now, that's Google, Amazon, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Meta, and Microsoft. And they say the average market cap of those Mag 7 is 2.5 trillion, and Bitcoin's now sort of falling right in that range, 2 trillion. And they make the case that there are sort of similar risk characteristics to adding, a 2% allocation of any one of those stocks or all 7 of those stocks to your portfolio. They say you should add Bitcoin. Now, I think it's really interesting for them to say, hey guys, this is now the Mag 7 plus Bitcoin. So this is like a new entrant. And then the question everybody's going to be having is, well, how did those Mag 7 do over the last decade? And this is how they did. Apple 10x, Microsoft 8x, Google and Microsoft only 5 and 6x, but Nvidia 40x, Tesla 60x, and Meta was the dog of them, at 4x. This is responsible for most of the growth of the stock market, or the U.S. stock market, over the last decade. On average, these things have gone 19x. You kind of need to be long one of these things, and if it's Bitcoin is part of the new Mag 8, you've done just fine by being long Nvidia. You don't have to be long Bitcoin.
The BlackRock Investment Institute, the research arm of the world's largest asset manager, has released a report titled Sizing Bitcoin in Portfolios, exploring Bitcoin's growing role in modern investment strategies. The report highlights Bitcoin's unique attributes, such as portfolio diversification, high return potential, and its position as a groundbreaking digital asset. However, BII warns of Bitcoin's high volatility, suggesting it is unsuitable as a core portfolio asset. Instead, the Institute sees its early adoption phase as the most lucrative period, where limited supply and growing demand create significant growth potential. To navigate Bitcoin's risks and rewards, BlackRock recommends a measured approach, advising investors to allocate 1–2% of their portfolios to Bitcoin within the traditional 60-40 stock and bond framework. This strategy allows investors to benefit from Bitcoin's high growth potential while mitigating portfolio risk. The report also notes that as adoption grows, Bitcoin's volatility may decrease, transitioning it from a speculative growth asset to a more stable store of value, though this stability could limit future price surges. BlackRock's changing stance on Bitcoin adds weight to its findings. Once skeptical of cryptocurrencies, CEO Larry Fink now views Bitcoin as digital gold and a legitimate financial tool. The success of BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF, one of the largest institutional Bitcoin holders, further highlights increasing demand for the asset. This marks Bitcoin's shift from a speculative anomaly to a credible financial instrument capable of reshaping global finance.
You don't have to be long Bitcoin, but you kind of need one of these kind of hot sauces in your portfolio. So this is the ultra-conservative portfolio, but they're saying at least 2% of one of these things or 2% of all these things. And I think they're sort of saying Bitcoin is really a new one, and it has one other characteristic, which is there's no correlation, right? So it's uncorrelated with any of these things. All of these Mag 7s are very correlated with each other. Bitcoin has no correlation, so they're sort of saying it belongs in everybody's portfolio. And then finally, they say, it could become less risky later. So you might want to put more later, but you're not going to get the bang for your buck that you have now. They specifically say that, once the adoption becomes widespread, you're no longer going to have a structural catalyst for further sizable price rise. So this is something where they see the opportunity is right now for the next 10 years. And, that's why I think a lot of people are going to look at this report and they're going to be like, yeah, I kind of got to get involved right now. I don't need to wait 5 years or 10 years to add Bitcoin to the portfolio. So to me, this is like the big money's going to read this. BlackRock's the biggest asset allocator in the world, and they're going to follow Larry Fink's advice, and they're going to buy 2%. 2% of 200 trillion is $4 trillion. We're not going to get there overnight, but I tell you, we are going to have hundreds of billions of dollars potentially next year, potentially in 2025. That's going to move the market up quite a bit. $200 billion should move the market up to 300,000, 400,000. Sky's the limit, really. But you have to look at it over a decade. This is going to be an amazing decade to own Bitcoin.
President-elect Donald Trump is making waves with plans to establish a U.S. Bitcoin strategic reserve, driving Bitcoin past $100,000 and doubling its value since summer. Once a skeptic, Trump now sees Bitcoin as a vital tool to bolster the U.S. economy, tackle the $36 trillion national debt, and secure America's dominance in the global digital economy. Michael Saylor, founder of MicroStrategy, has pitched Trump on a capital markets renaissance, projecting that Bitcoin could unlock $81 trillion in wealth. His plan envisions a Bitcoin reserve rivaling gold's $16 trillion market cap, expanding global digital capital markets from $2 trillion to $280 trillion, and positioning the U.S. as a crypto industry leader. Meanwhile, Senator Cynthia Lummis has proposed legislation for the Treasury to buy 200,000 Bitcoin annually, potentially driving massive demand and further price surges. To lead this transformation, Trump has appointed prominent pro-Bitcoin figures. Economist Stefan Miron will chair the Council of Economic Advisors, Bo Hines will head the new Crypto Council, and David Sachs will serve as a crypto and AI advisor. These moves underscore a commitment to making America a hub for innovation, with supporters believing the Bitcoin reserve could enhance the U.S. dollar's global performance and cement Bitcoin as a cornerstone asset. However, critics warn of potential risks, including Bitcoin's volatility, the complexities of large-scale adoption, and geopolitical challenges from rival nations like Russia. Despite the divided opinions, one thing is certain. Trump's embrace of Bitcoin marks a significant shift in U.S. economic strategy and could ignite a financial revolution. As adoption accelerates and crypto gains mainstream traction, Bitcoin appears poised to shape the global economy for the next decade. Whether you're an investor or an observer, the future is clear. Bitcoin is here to stay. For more Daily Dose Crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.